again. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Kaspa, K-A-S, today. My camera's being a little bit glitchy, so don't mind that. If I get stuck on a funny face, just enjoy it while it lasts. But looking at it, you know, I want to do a quick update because I know today we had this little move up. You know, people are giving all their reasons for it. I think the agreed upon reason for today is there was fake news for the ETF. There was like talks about the ETF being approved for Bitcoin, whatever ETF. I don't think, you guys, just being blunt and off topic here on Kaspa, I don't think we're going to have an ETF approved for Bitcoin until like probably 2025, if not later. It could be like years later than that. Everybody thinks it's going to happen right now, but the thing is, the SEC doesn't have to approve the Grayscale ETF, even though they're not going to appeal the court ruling. They can just come up with a different reason for it to be not approved. And they're probably going over that now. That's probably why they're not appealing it, because they have a different reason in the bag or something like that. So there's all this misinformation going on with the ETFs. But I'm not trying to talk about this, but overall with the price, if we look at this thing, I'm on KAS USD on the crypto chart. This is the all-time history for it on TradingView that we have. You've got bearish divergence on your weekly. That's nothing to take lightly. You rejected the overbought zone. That's nothing to take lightly. You have formed a double top. It's different behavior than any other top you've had, right? Top, noticeably higher top, noticeably higher top, noticeably higher top. If we were to measure from top to bottom on any major pullback that you've had, 74% drop. I'm not going to count the scam wick here. Because crypto, sometimes this crypto chart, it has scam wicks where like there's not in other ones, but I can't find any chart with this much historical data, so we're going to use it. 74% drop, 74% drop, sounds about right to me. 57% drop there, and then from here, top to bottom, 72% drop. So we have a very common 70 to 75% area of a drop from top to low. You know, keeping that in mind, even if we were to do a 57% drop, let's say a 50% drop, which would be the smallest one that we've ever seen so far on a major pullback for Kaspa, that would still take us below 3 cents, around 2.6 cents. Let's be real with ourselves, okay, you guys? Let's just be real with ourselves. Let's see beyond all that. So a common retracement would actually be above 70%, right? So if we went to 70%, we're not below 3 cents, we're below 2 cents. We're at like 1.6 cents. A 74% drop, the biggest drop we've seen, would bring us down to about 1.4 cents. So prices between about 1.4 cents to under 3 cents are totally possible. Here we are at 4.46 cents. I know a lot of you Kaspa holders, Kaspa the ghosts out there, you guys feel like, I guess this wouldn't be the ghost because there is a Kasper. Kasper would be the ghost. You guys Kaspa, I don't know what to call you guys. You're crazy Kaspas. You feel unbeatable, and you have been for a long time, but you're doing different things now, right? You have a double top. This to me just kind of looks very similar to like how Bitcoin topped on its last bull cycle, and overall it does look somewhat like an M in my opinion. And an M, even a failed M, would promote a lower price than this little crux here. If it's a successful M, technically it would go beyond this technically, so that price is lower than I guess that'd be 1.2 cents are even possible, but I don't know if we'll get there. It'll probably be a failed M, and you'll continue to go up from there. But you know, I had some hyenas, some people laughing in the comments talking about Kaspa going to 2 cents, and I get it, man. I know we're sitting up here at 4.46 cents right now. It's a normal retracement for it to have. We've done this only like once, twice, 3 times, 4 times before, you know, in its history. We've never had a double top on any of those, so I mean the idea that we could even have a bigger drop might even stand more firm. I know it seems crazy, it seems so crazy, but you know, a lot of those hyenas came out laughing today, and where were they laughing? They were laughing right up here at the top. My response to any and all people who either think TA is a joke or you know that I was wrong, I just, you know, my one response would be, did you buy the lower high? Did you buy the lower high, bud? I think you might have, and that it's okay. It happens to all of us. I've bought in lower highs before too, but it's just funny how you weren't saying anything down here. You had everything to say up here. I wonder where you're going to be when we go down here. You know, my guess would be you're probably not going to be anywhere to be found. Or what about down here, or even lower? You know, because there are price targets that match up, even prices that are lower than this, of course. But we're gonna go over that real quick, just to kind of drill it in the head here. You know, looking at this thing, it's just another lower high. It is a big wick to a very like low body. There's not a whole lot of volume on it. I know it doesn't show it on this chart, but I mean, like we've already dropped from top to bottom in a very short, in an 8-hour span. We dropped like 7%, which just to kind of show more even how this is just so dumb for people to be calling me wrong on this. From bottom to top, we only moved up like 9%. Like, okay, you know, here we had a day that from bottom to top went up 13.7%. We still turned around, you know. So like, I really don't. I don't know. I think you guys are being too preemptive. And I've dealt with this before, man. I've dealt with this before. People laughing at me, calling me wrong, telling me that TA doesn't work. You know, I've dealt with this before. I dealt with this when we were looking at XDC, right? When we were all the way up here with XDC, and I said that we would go below 5 cents, and maybe down to like 2.5 cents actually. You know, I dealt with that. Well, here we are. People were telling me we were never going to break below 5 cents. We actually were starting to, and it just looks abysmal. Up here, I know you feel like God, man. Everything else is going down and you're going up. I know it feels like you're unstoppable, but sometimes you need like a little voice of reason. You know, there's another one, H-bar right here. There are a lot of hyenas with H-bar, man, and I haven't seen them. They disappeared off the face of the earth. I made the same call that we'd go below 5 cents, and probably even to new lows from here, like lower than this. And since we've been moving down, I just haven't seen them. So, you know, I wonder right now with Cass, we've got a few of you hyenas in the mix right now talking. I wonder where you're going to be when this new low comes in. It's a genuine curiosity of mine. But anyways, moving on from that, KAS USD, back to like the all-time kind of history here. If we're looking at this a little bit more in depth and we're not just talking crap about hyenas, looking at this here, from high to when we broke, this is how I'm going to do it. Not high to high, but high to when we broke the high. Right, that was here, that was 8 weeks. Okay, from this high, we're going to count this high, not the scam week high, but this high to when we broke the high, that was 9 weeks. From this high to when we broke the high, that was 14 weeks. So getting a little longer each time, huh? This high to when we broke the high, we didn't technically break it here, we broke it here. It's just getting longer each time. So here we are right now, we have our high. I think that it's safe to assume that by the time we break this high, it's probably going to be sometime next year, probably in 2024. You know, another thing that we can do, I guess, from high to whenever we found our low was 6 weeks. 6 weeks again. Look at that. 5 weeks. That's nice. It's a little bit more kind of common with each other. 8 weeks. Okay. So before then, and that's by the time we break the high, not when we set the high. You know, not like turning around from there. That's when we're going to break the high. Just so happens we broke the high on the same one that we set a high there. But 6 weeks, 5 weeks at the smallest, 8 weeks at the largest. So 5 to 8 weeks from the top. Here we are, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in. So I mean, really, we're almost in the next like month or so. I would expect that we will see resolution of this downside move, and I think that it will be swift. I think it'll definitely be pretty. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Tenacious. I know this week right now is green. We're up 3.8%. I know that with this whole day, that moved up less than, like literally less than 10%. Everybody's all excited about it. You know, we can definitely turn around. We have 6 days and 4 hours left in this week. We can definitely turn around and make this week red. I think we are in the midst right now of kind of forming this M pattern. We're literally at the top of it. So still, I will extend this kind of olive branch of peace, and this is not financial advice, but if you were, any of you hyenas out there, to be thinking about selling your Kaspa, it might be a good time to do it. You're still above your 236, a very common zone to hit on your retracements on an overall fib, which this definitely is, right? Here, let's go back in time. Let's keep referring to what we've done in the past. Let's just keep doing it. I love doing that. Right? You can't argue facts, so let's do that. Look at this, from bottom to top here, not including the scam wick, we actually reverted back to the 382 and then bounced off, which is a very common maneuver whenever you see strong moves happen, which undeniably this is a strong move, at least coming into it and even coming out of it. But you found support on your 382. Let's do the next one. Low here, not including the scam wick, to the high. Where did we go? Oh, the 382 again, off of a strong move. Who would have guessed? You know, that's very, very common fib behavior actually. From this low to this high here, wow, all the way down to the 0.5, even lower. But still, you didn't even hit your 618, which is nice to see. If we go from low to high here, being that this is the first time we've seen a double top, it's possible that we could go lower than the 382. It's even possible that we could go lower than the 0.5. This is the most bearish top that you've seen throughout any of these tops. And I think, yeah, out of any of them, it took you the longest. You grinded up here where all these other ones you kind of just shot right up. You know, you can see it. I I mean, here, this was like your shortest time frame, but you did a lot with that, right? Let's just see. From low to high, 652%. If this one is smaller, then this is the smallest one. Yeah, wow. Not even like just over half of what you've done. So definitely the smallest growth that you've seen, the most bearish top you've had. You've got bearish divergence on your weekly. I wonder if you'll go below the 0.5. The last time you did, you've bounced off your 382 every other time, so there is still a solid chance that you could find support down there. But breaking this low like that, I wouldn't think that you'd stop right there. I would think that you would go lower personally. I think that that would just be the beginning. So at least the 0.5 would make sense to me. But the 618 down here, I mean, right around 2 cents, even at 1.9 cents, that would make sense to me as well, man. And you could go lower. You really could go lower. You genuinely could. I'm not trying to be pessimistic or hateful at all, but like you guys, this coin genuinely could go below 1 cent. And that would all likely happen before next year. Like by the end of this year, Kaspa is likely going to have some kind of retracement. But is that detrimental? Does that mean that it's all over? No, it's healthy. It's very healthy. For all the people who are pro Kaspa that want to see this thing go to $1 or 50 cents or higher or whatever, you know, buying at lower prices is only a good thing. So if it's going down, you should definitely be excited. And I think that there's a lot of evidence to suggest that, right? You broke this high, but barely, and then you turned around. And you broke this high, but barely, and you turned around again. You got a double, like it looks like it's ready to roll over, guys. And I think it would be bullish. It would be very bullish to assume that you don't get an extension off of this. It'd be bullish, because then what you're calling for is a failed M. It'll be an M, but the second leg isn't longer than the first leg, which generally it would be. And that would probably take us to the 1272 or lower. But for now, I really do think that Kaspa has a solid chance of finding support at its 2.12 cent area or 1.9 cent area, somewhere in the 618 to 69 fib ratio. That would make sense to me. You know, along with that, actually, I want to bring that back. Along with that, if we take a low to a high here, you know, your 618 itself, your 1618 extension from this low to high is just above your 618. So maybe you don't actually go that low, but your 1786 and your 1886 are in that area too. So maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's, you know, time will tell. But I don't know, man. I guess I just wanted to make a video saying, you know, kind of the same stuff, guys. I do think that Kaspa is going down. I'm not making this up. This isn't a joke. This isn't something that I'm just pulling out of my ass and generating random numbers. I want to buy Kaspa lower. No, I don't personally even plan on buying this thing. No offense. I hope every person who owns Kaspa, who believes in this thing going up higher, I hope that it does, and I hope you kill it. I hope you really make a lot of money. But for right now, it's likely going to have a common retracement that it's had throughout its whole existence. It's going to do the same stuff that it's been doing, nothing new. It's just healthy, because what did this pullback means? It means that you go up higher. What's it mean? It means you go up higher. You know, every single pullback, it just gets you ready to go up higher. We are having different kind of circumstances now than we've had on any other top, okay? Different kind of circumstances with the RSI than we've ever had. So I would expect that we have a more dramatic drop, at least on like a relative basis using the fibs here. I would think that going to the 618 to the 69 is possible. Again, taking it from the top to that area, that's only a 60 to 64% drop. The average drop is like 70 something, right? You had a 74, a 74, a 55% drop, and then, or a 57% drop, something like that, and then you had a 72% drop. So I mean, that's not even, you know, out of 3 out of 4 drops that we've had so far have been over 70%. Could this one be over 50% but under 70%? Sure, but a 74% drop would take us down to the 886 and still be a failed M pattern. But overall, you know, it's definitely possible. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say, man. If I had to say anything, I would say that this is a blessing. Today was a blessing. Finding resistance at a previous area of support is a sign that we are definitely not ready to continue to go higher. The daily RSI itself, it just looks like it's in this downsloping channel, right? If you had lows like this, you had highs like this, all you've done is you've come up and you've tested. You're going to test the top of this line and then probably come down. I do think that you have a date with destiny to the oversold zone, and that's probably when you're going to start to see sparks fly, but to the downside. Already today has more price action on the wick than it does on the body itself. That's never a good look. If we look at the a chart that has volume on it, CAS USD with KuCoin here, not a lot of volume at all today, right? Never encouraging. Most of the volume actually happened on this the peak of this wick here, no volume coming in to save the day. I do think it's going lower, man. I really do. And, you know, maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. I don't think TA is a joke, but if it is, you know, it's got me fooled for sure. I definitely think that we're going to go below 3 cents, probably above 2 cents, but somewhere in that 2 to 2.7 cent range from here. And overall, again, if you take this low to the high, we are above the 236. At a minimum, every single time that we've dropped, we've gone at least to the 382. One time we went to the 0.5. I'm calling for a deeper retracement than we've ever gotten here, and I've listed my reasons for that, okay? It's not just random bullshit that I'm pulling out of my ass. And my reasons for that are we're doing things differently, so we might get different results. When you have the most bearish top you've had, maybe you get a more dramatic pullback in relative terms. Even pulling down to the 618 is nothing compared to what we've seen on other pullbacks. A 60% to a 64% drop is not a 72 to 74% drop like we've seen before. So yes, it's a little bit more bearish on fib perspectives, but overall it's more bullish than like what our average drop has been. So all in all, lower. I think it's going lower. I wonder where you guys will be, the people who think it's going higher. I wonder where you will be in the comment section when we are at lower lows, and I'm looking forward to finding that out. But I think we already know. I think we already know what's going to happen. You guys won't be here, that's for sure. So anyways, take care. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And if you're a hyena, I'll see you at the zoo. Take it easy.